It's simple, really. Great stories with a good cup of tea. It's the Tea with Mike show. Tea with Mike fans, on this episode of the show, we welcomed Sangita to the show. So we talked about technology and digital transformation. So grab a cup of tea, sit back, and enjoy. All right, guys, welcome to another episode of the Tea with Mike show. Joining me for this one is Sangita. Welcome to Tea with Mike.
Thank you.
No problem. So again, welcome to the show. Can you tell us a little bit about you?
Yes. So first of all, I'd like to say that I belong to a very famous doctor's family, and from my childhood, so I grew up like a princess. I can say that. Yes. So, and however, from childhood, I am very disciplined and organized. And when I was little girl, so I find out I have lots of interest in technology, computer, as well as in fashion. And so later I have been decided I want to continue my higher studies in information technology, and I have done my master's degree in IT. And because technology and fashion, I love it. And apart from that, I would like to say that I love traveling. So I would prefer to explore different countries, different locations, and meet with different kinds of people. So I love traveling. And when I'm talking about myself, so I have to talk about my father. So because as I said, my father, he was a doctor, and my grandfather, he was a very famous barrister. So that's some of lesson learned I have learned from my father. So that's I want to share here. So first of all, I have learned from my father. So dream big and follow your passion. That is very important. And secondly, I have learned that is do hard working. Hard working always how to achieve the goals and target. And thirdly, that I do remember, so my father has told me, so be confident and be positive and have a self-confidence. And finally, so I'd like to say that the lesson I have learned, so to be a highly committed professional and have passion and dedication for your work. At the same time, do excellent performance. My father always told me, whatever you do, always do excellent. Yes, so that's the lesson learned. So I want to share here. So I do remember all those things all the time with me, and that's motivated me a lot, and I follow up it here.
Awesome. So would you say when you were growing up throughout your childhood, your father and also your grandfather were two of the biggest influences in your early life?
Yes, I would like to say that because I belong to a famous family, so it's I can say that my father is my role model. So because I saw his success, how successful he was, so I saw it, and that's motivated me a lot. And as I told you, my father always told me, do excellence, whatever you do, be a goal oriented. So in one word I can say that definitely my father, my grandfather, they are my role model. My grandfather, he was also very famous barrister, and yes, so obviously they are role model, and I have learned a lot of things from them.
Yeah. Fantastic. So when you were in school, what were some of your kind of favorite subjects?
Yeah, actually, I honestly speaking, I was a good student at school because from my childhood, so I was so serious about myself, and I have lots of dedication for my work from my school life. So I was a good student all the time. And if you talk about my favorite subjects, definitely I love science. So I love chemistry, physics. I love it. And at the same time, I have a good skill in bioscience as well as. So in one word, I can say that. So I like science. So, and at the same time, I was a very good student.
Fantastic. So again, so sort of while you were at school, was that the first time you began to develop an interest in technology?
Yes, actually, when I was at school, so I felt I have a good, I felt like that. So I like science, right? And after that, I have been started to interest to learn about technology, computer science, and when I have been started to learn computer science, then I find out I am doing excellent performance. So
Okay.
I love. And at the same time I find out I have strong ability to learn any kinds of new technology very quickly, and that's motivated me later. I have completed my higher studies in information technology, but from my childhood I find out so I can do any kind of technology related work very well, and at the same time I have very strong ability to learn technology very quickly.
Oh, fantastic. So that quick ability to learn helps kind of stay you down the kind of technology path, because I know in the bio, and you've mentioned it several times, how you come from a famous doctor family. So I was actually gonna ask you, did you ever want to follow a career in the medicine and kind of follow your family's footsteps?
Yes, it's a very common question. So, yes. So, my father always told me from childhood, so whatever you like, you have passion, you go for that. My father never told me I'm a doctor, that's why you need to become a doctor. You need to follow the same profession. So that's my father gave me the freedom to choose my career and to most importantly to follow my passion. So from my childhood, I find out I love technology. I know medical is extremely high level of profession, you know. So and I love medical field. Not only my father is a doctor. That's not only, but I would like to say that I love medical field, right? But my passion is to learn technology. So that's why I wanted to follow my passion. But my father and never told me you need to be a doctor because your father is a doctor. So it's not like that because my grandfather was also barrister, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yes,
So
my
he did
father.
something different from your father, right? Yeah.
Yes, and my father, he chose his own interest, so that's why, yes, I choose to make career in it.
So fantastic. Sounds like you have a really supportive family, and everybody supports each other in them following their passion, as long as they're demonstrating the values of hard work and high performance, and doing something that they love. Does that sound accurate?
Ah, yes.
Perfect. And then so let's move forward a little bit. So do you want to tell people about a little bit about your master's degree and what that kind of entails, and some of the things that the master degree taught you, some of the classes that you took?
Yes, actually, I have completed my master's degree in Australia. I was living in Melbourne.
Oh, in
And,
Australia, that's fantastic.
yes, and I'd like to my subject I have because when I was at university, I got opportunity to study different kinds of subject. I do remember it was programming languages, software engineering, business analysis, project management, business
Oh,
information
wow.
system, yes, e-commerce, and how to use emerging technology in the business. Because today we are belongs to in the digital age. As you know, digital transformation is very popular term in technological field. And I do believe that today we need to use internet digital platform and mobile platform daily basis. So it is important for everyone to have a very good skill in technology. So I do remember when I was a master's degree student, so I got huge opportunity to learn different kinds of technology. I can give you some of technology. For example, I have learned software development, that's Java, and currently I have knowledge about C Sharp, ASP.NET. I love database, so I have very good knowledge about SQL and CRM database and Salesforce database. At the same time, at university, I did specialization in business analysis. That's
Okay.
most favorite subject of mine
Oh, okay.
because
So
yes, business analysis and database management. So I have very strong skill about that. And as I said you before, so I am very quick learner, so I can adapt a new and learn new technology very quickly.
right, which is obviously definitely very helpful with how fast things are changing.
Could you repeat the question?
Yeah, so I was saying the ability to be able to learn quickly is very useful in the technology industry.
Well, I'd like to know that you must have a research-oriented skill because technology today we are using one kind of technology. After a few years, new technology will be launched in the market. So if you are in the technological field, you should have very strong ability to adapt a new technology. That's why I'd like to say that you must have research mind kind of mindset. Another thing is that, as I said, everyone, so to attend the training program, seminars, and a workshop, and to do the different kinds of online courses, it's extremely helpful to upgrade your technical skills and knowledge because today online courses are available. So if you want to learn any new technology, so easily you can do the online course. Otherwise, you can attend training program, seminar, workshop. At the same time, you need to do a lot of research work. So it's also help you to give an idea what kind of technologies could be coming by the next year or within next 2 years. So that is also important. So that's I give importance about it's an ongoing learning process. Yeah.
Fantastic. And so where do you see technology going over the next few years?
Yes, that's a very interesting thing. That's why we are talking about digital transformation. And today, if you see that today digital transformation is how digital technology are helpful to solve the business problem and business process. But every organization, they are using their technology in a different way to solve their own business issues. That's digital transfer. That's we call digital transformation. For I can give you some of example. Today we are using digital media for every purpose. We are using a mobile platform. We are using cloud-based software technology. And today, most of organizations using a different kinds of online database. For example, CRM database is extremely popular database to manage the customers' data. Salesforce database. So that kind of technology we are using for growth of the business. This is part of digital transformation. And today, human resource HR department, they are using lots of database. For example, HCM, human capital management, HXM, human experience management. They are using a different kinds of database to managing their employee globally. So day by day, we are getting a new kinds of technology, new kinds of software. So that's we call it's a very popular term, digital transformation in technological field. So day by day, we are going to introducing with new kinds of technology that's help us to solve our business issue and make our life more easier.
Fantastic. Now, you've obviously just explained a lot of kind of the pros of technology and how it can really be beneficial to businesses. Now, are there any cons of technology becoming more and more powerful?
I think it's too powerful because
Okay.
yes, we cannot live without technology. it's part of our life. So every industry, every domain, everything is completely depends on technology. Even employee, they can work from home due to technology. So that's we call this is power of technology. So in one word, I can say that technology we cannot live without technology.
Now, are there any things I guess that we as human beings can do to maybe kind of balance out the playing field a little bit more, so that we're not over dependent on technology, or are we already past that point?
Definitely, we are dependent on technology. Yeah.
Awesome. And so that let's mix it up a little bit. So I know recently you started doing some acting. Did you want to tell everybody a little bit about how you became interested in acting?
Well, so I love fashion, and I would prefer to stay with fashion and style because I have great sense of style and fashion. At the same time, I have very good photogenic face and attractive personality. So I love to do the photo shoots. And after my photo shoots, when my friends and family saw my photographs and they motivated me. So you look very pretty. So why you were not trained for that? So that's yes. Even I have also a passion for fashion. So I can't live without fashion. So that inspired me a lot. And at the same time, I love movies, films, and all those kind of things I love. So, and then I have been decided so I can start. Another thing, yes, I have also did the acting and modeling training both in Australia and Canada. So I did also acting and modeling workshop and training classes. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic! I'm obviously in Canada right now. So, where did you do some of your Canadian training?
In one of a modeling workshop I did in Australia in Melbourne, and another acting workshop I did in Calgary.
Oh, Calgary. So that's
Yes.
I'm in Red Deer, so that's for context, that's just 2 hours up the road.
Yeah.
And fantastic. And so, what did these workshops teach you in terms of skill, like
Yes.
or the principles even?
Yes. Modeling generally they teach catwalk. Catwalk is extremely important for modeling for the fashion shows. At the same time, how to handle the photo shoot, how to face the cameras, how to give the pose in front of camera. That's extremely important for modeling. And acting, it is also important how to deliver the dialogue in front of camera, how to memorize the script and monologues, and how to develop a character based on the script and moving one character to another character. And for acting, it is also important body language and facial expression based on the situation. And finally, I'd like to say that cold reading. So a lot of things there has been included, and yeah.
So if you think back a lot, maybe if you can remember back to your workshops, did you have a particular favorite class that stood out for you that you enjoyed more than the others?
Yeah, in Canada, I did acting workshop with Canadian actor Philippe Granger, and that was a very wonderful workshop. So I have learned lots of acting technique, and that's really helpful. Yes.
So how do you kind of plan to apply all of these things that you've learned both in these different workshops that you've done to kind of future projects?
Yes, you can get this information through any agency, otherwise through the networking. so you can get the information about the workshop or acting project. Yeah.
Awesome. And then, so how important is networking in modeling?
Networking and modeling, and networking it is important for every field. I do believe. And in modeling, so first of all, your agency, if you have a modeling agency, they can help you to introduce with different kinds of, uh, they're dealing with different kinds of clients. They can introduce, they can help to build up the good networking for that specific industry. And otherwise, I'd like to say that you can follow up different kinds of online profile, or you can use LinkedIn or your social media profile to build up the networking. And social media is also a very powerful tool to develop a good networking throughout the world. So you can, anyone can use their social media, so develop the networking for specific industry. Yeah.
Awesome. And then for anybody that's going to be watching this that maybe is aspiring to get into modeling, are there any kind of useful resources out there, or any social media accounts they should be following as maybe examples of inspiring people who are doing things the right way in this particular area?
It totally depends on, completely depends on the situation and person to person. It could be vary. So it's in one word, I can say that it's completely depends on situation and person to person. Yeah.
Awesome. And so, final thing on this little area. What would you say is the most important social media platform if you want to get into acting, but more specifically fashion modeling?
Yes, I think it's very good questions. Yeah. And anyone can use their social media platform for build a connection for acting and modeling industry. So I think it's a good idea. Yeah.
Awesome. And so now we're going to take a brief pause, and on every episode of the Tea with Mike show, we have a tea fact, because I'm a tea nerd. And so the tea fact today is all teas, so black, green, and herbal, have 0 calories. So, and that's unless, of course, you add milk and sugar and all the other bad things. So, and that comes from tetley.ca/teahealth. And so I know, because we were also talking before the show, you love tea.
Yeah.
So did you have a favorite type of tea?
I love tea, and I am open for all kind of flavor. But most important things is that I love tea. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you have any favorites, or one that you drink a little more than the other, or are you always mixing?
That orange, yeah.
Like orange pico?
Yeah.
Technology and fashion modeling and acting, you also love to travel.
Yes, I love travel. Yeah.
So the question is, how has the pandemic affected your travel plans?
Yes, at that time, so we can't, because we need to give importance health first. As you know, I belongs to doctor family, so I focus on health. So it is in for health. And so at that time, we have a little bit travel restriction, and when the situation will be normal, so we can travel. Yeah.
Also, and then do you have any places on your bucket list that you want to go when COVID is over?
At the moment, I haven't decided anything when I want to go, But definitely when the situation will be normal, then I would prefer to make a plan. Yeah.
Okay. You just want to see how it plays out.
Yes. But yeah.
Also, and then how many countries in the world in the past have you traveled to?
Yes, I was in Australia, Mauritius, and I love that countries. Yeah. And in the future, I want to travel different countries. So I have lots of plans.
Also, what was your favorite thing about Australia?
Um, yes, I like everything. I like their weather. Yeah.
The weather?
Yes, and I like their people and culture. Yeah.
Fantastic. Culture. So out of all of the places that you've ever kind of traveled to, is the one place that's inspired you?
Not really like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I love Canada. Yeah.
Awesome. And then so obviously post COVID, because obviously we don't really know how long it's gonna last. What's one thing that you'd kind of like to do next in your life?
It's yes, actually, yeah, I haven't decided anything at the moment. So, but I have a lots of plan to visit different places. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so just more kind of visiting different places around the world, but it's obviously dependent on how
In
COVID
Canada,
lasts.
yes, definitely. In Canada, I would like to explore different city. I love because I explore different places and meet with different kinds of people. Definitely in Canada, I love this country. I would prefer to visit different cities. Yeah.
So have you been anywhere else in Canada apart from Calgary?
I haven't decided anything at the moment. So, but I love traveling. Yes.
All right, you just love traveling in general. Also, Matt, so as we come towards the end of the show, is there a question that you'd like to ask me or a piece of advice you'd like to leave the audience with?
Yes, I'm okay. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys, this was another episode of the Tea with Mike show, and we were talking about traveling and technology and COVID-19 a little bit and lots of other great things, and you'll be able to catch this episode at teawithmike.com. Thanks again for being on the show.
Thank you very much.
It's the Tea with Mike show.